You're listening to Inclusive AF with Jackye Clayton and Katee Van Horn.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Katee Van Horn.
And this is Jackye Clayton.
Woo!
The crowd goes wild.
Doggy. All right, Jackye, we're gonna have some fun here because you know what? Here's first off, how are you?
You know what? I'm feeling really good today, Katee.
Okay, good.
I'm shocked by that, by the way. You can hear it in my voice.
I know. I'm like, we are hearing so many like negative and sad and depressing stories in regards to just the stupid things going on in our government and the stupid things going on in the world around us. So I thought we could have a little fun today. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to play a game. You may have heard of it before, Jacqueline.
Okay.
Would you rather?
Not the naughty kind.
No, these are going to be DEI hot takes. And we're both going to answer, but I have all the prompts. So
okay. I want to do some too.
Okay. All right. So first question, would you rather get $100,000 for your DEI budget or a CEO who actually listens? Because like that's a good one, right?
Oh God, that was $100,000.
$100,000 for DEI. Okay.
No, I've worked so much with people that don't listen. I'm kind of used to that, but to have, and I've had a pretty nice budget, and you can do more with that for the greater good.
100%.
And hopefully I'll do such a good job that if they don't listen, at least they shut up.
Yeah, maybe you'll turn their opinion around.
Yes.
So half of that, you could put some of that budget towards like a PR campaign for the executive team.
A wall.
There you go. All right, awesome. I think I would go, honestly, I'm going to go the opposite route. I want a CEO who actually listens because I think you can talk them into a budget if you can tell them the business case for it, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna go opposite of you. Not that I wouldn't want $100,000 because I like money, but I think I could talk them into things.
Well, okay. I have one for you.
Oh, okay, good. Go.
Okay. Would you rather remove every policy that unintentionally discriminates today, or take 5 years to roll out policies that actively repair harm?
Oh, so I like an immediate fix. So I would probably go with like rolling back or changing. Say the first thing. What's the first answer? I want the first answer, but tell me what it is again.
Yes. Hold on. Oh, then I went to a different one that said immediately. So then I just changed all of the different things.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. So, but no, I think immediate change is the most important thing right now. Now, do I think longer term, the repairing the harm that has been done over the years, hopefully that would come in time as you make those like updates to the current policies or current whatever, that you would then be able to go, okay, what else could we do and how else can we go back and fix any damage? And like the damage I'm thinking of in a business situation is like promotion rates, things like that, which I think would come if you start to change some of the policies.
That's what I think. It was, would you rather remove every policy that unintentionally discriminates today, or take 5 years to roll out policies that actively repair harm? And I think that if we could do it really quickly now, and all of those ones that unintentionally, that there will be some healing and repair there.
100%. And I think sooner, like everyone right now is in the mode of wanting a fix. And so I think the sooner the better.
I do too. I want to tell you though, and you've heard this for years, but in case our listeners haven't heard it, yesterday I met our friends from Catalyst constellation.
Yep, I know who you're talking about.
Yes. So I went to their leadership meeting and it was really great. And one of the things that I mentioned to them was that I've always said when I go into organizations, you know, I can solve this in 5 minutes. Just fire everybody. Because they were asking about culture. And I said, you just ask them, who should I fire? Who's like sexist, misogynist, racist? We'll fire them right now. And then when everybody, and then you ask, who do you think we're not going to be able to fire?
Mm-hmm.
And they, you know, oh, we can't have, it's always like our head of sales or our president, whatever. So now you know what the culture is. Like whatever feeling you have right now and whatever you're thinking, that's the culture of your organization. And that's the base point of where we need to go. And I think so many organizations, they want it quickly, but they don't want to do that little exercise, that just that one question. Well, you will awaken to what the company culture is and what you allow and what things are going on and what people might be feeling in a really short amount of time. You can do that, then we can start the work.
Okay. I think I know the answer to this one for you, but I'm going to ask it anyhow, even though you're going to laugh at me. Would you rather launch the best ERG program in the industry or have 100% pay equity across your entire org?
100% pay equity.
I think that's kind of a no-brainer, I would say, right? Like,
right. Well, not for the head of the ERG that we just fired. Not for that.
Not that we don't love our ERGs.
No.
But I know you're not a huge fan of the ERG, but I of course, pay equity is more important. It's going to be more of a game changer for folks. All right.
Well, I have a question for you.
Go.
Would you rather have the power to remove your own unconscious biases forever or influence others in your organization to do the same, but you're still subject to your own biases?
Well, I think I'm actively doing number 2.
Yeah.
Like what I want to no, and here's why I don't, because part of it is like being aware of the bias that I have actually is kind of a superpower in a lot of ways, I feel like, because when you're aware of it and when you're aware, okay, why am I thinking this way? Is this real or am I making something up in my head or something that I've been taught or learned for whatever reason? Or, you know, like I think it, like, honestly, I think it helps you to be aware of what bias you have. Now, again, you said unconscious. Yes, there are still those things, but I think if you're working on creating more awareness for yourself, then I think you continue to get better. But that's, and I think that both of us have worked on the second one.
Yeah. Well, and I also do admit and understand that it's also for safety. And if we ripped it all off like that, I think it would be terrifying.
Yeah, like because well, you know, one of the examples I use in training to lighten the mode of what is, you know, what is bias is, you know, the example of if you met a bear in the woods, and this was before the whole bear man thing. So let me be clear that I thought of it first. No, I'm just kidding. But it was like, if you met a bear in the woods, what would you do? And, you know, you have every, you know, at least there's one person in the audience that's always like, oh, brown bear, black bear, you know, The Office, Dwight's comments about bears and, you know, what bears are safe and which ones you play dead, which ones you make yourself big and yell at. But the answer is always like, get away from the bear as soon as you can. That's like, I've never met a bear. Bears might be sweet and cuddly for all I know. They're not, to be clear, but they could be. But I think that some of the bias does actually help you. But yes, for the most part, I want it, still have it. Not, I won't say I want it there like it's a good thing. I want it there because I can help by counterbalancing it.
Okay, fair.
Okay. Would you rather never have to explain the difference between diversity and inclusion again, or have every manager in your company instinctively understand pronoun etiquette?
Oh my God.
That's a tough one, right?
I don't ever want to have to explain it again. But then also, no, I think I would go with the pronoun etiquette because that's stupid. Like you have to explain it to people. And it's always the yeah, but, and I can't.
Well,
It's annoying.
it's annoying, and it's also like for me, and this might sound weird, but I feel like that is more of a personal, it has personal ramifications where I can explain what diversity and inclusion, what the difference between those two are.
Mhm.
And yes, there's harm that, comes when people don't understand that, but not understanding pronoun etiquette, like right off the bat, you're harming someone, or, there's a very soon to follow issue.
It's willful ignorance. That's the
Right.
thing that's really at this point, like, quit acting like. I mean, I laugh because, as you know, me and Katie, those are our nicknames.
Yeah.
My name's Jacqueline, and my preferred name is Jackye. No, that's just my name.
Right.
And it's not, you don't get to pick something because it's my preference. That's my name and that's how I'm addressed. No one would argue with that, right? And for someone to be like, well, I don't understand. I'm not gonna, you have to go by your, no, I don't. Mm-mm.
No.
I don't like that.
Um, I'm going next because I want to ask you this one because it did make me chuckle. Would you rather work at a company that celebrates every culture's holidays, even with potlucks, or a company that gives you unlimited PTO to celebrate your own way?
Unlimited PTO because I'm afraid of Gina's meatloaf.
Yeah, potlucks are disgusting. Stop it. Everyone needs to stop with the potlucks. It's
Not
not
safe.
okay.
That's like, I'm pretty sure like patient zero was at a potluck.
Yeah, like I'm sorry, that is like I am all about celebrating people's holidays and cultural holidays. I am not about the potluck though, people. No. Mm-mm. I don't know what your kitchen looks like. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what animals are running across your countertops. No, absolutely not. I want people to be able to take whatever holiday they want and celebrate whatever holiday they want in whatever way they can. Okay,
All right, I
over
have one
Jackie.
for you. Would you rather invest in AI tools that promise bias reduction but no proof, or refuse all AI tools until they're fully validated?
Ooh,
Good one, right?
that's a really good one.
Hi there, I'm Peter Zollman. I'm a co-host of the Inside Job Boards and Recruitment Marketplaces podcast.
And I'm Stephen Rothberg, and I guess that makes me the other co-host.
Every other week, we're joined by guests from the world's leading job sites.
Together, we analyze news about general, niche, and aggregator job board and recruitment marketplaces sites.
Make sure you sign up and subscribe today.
Well, like I think it's somewhere in between. Because I think to get to knowing that there's no issue, you have to use it and then validate the data on the back end. It's actually, I think this is the ongoing topic that every company is having, not just in regards to HR, but in every space is, can we trust it? No. The answer is no. You
But
can't.
you can't trust humans. Worse.
No. Which is
So,
part of the issue. Yes. I think that's for me, it's a kind of somewhere in between. So,
I don't think any software can fully reduce any of it because we're still dealing with humans at the end of the day. So I'm willing to give it a shot.
right. That's fair too, is that, yeah, there's going to always, and I think that's the part, like when we talk about no bias, it's not possible. Like there's always going to be some sort of bias that naturally comes into play because we're talking about humans.
I'd rather have a product that at least allows me to let them know that it's not working and like what we need to do better and have the conversation. I mean, I'm still frustrated about Adobe. Like I told you, when I put my face in there in my pictures, it always makes me a white person. And I know it's because of the blonde hair. I know that it's coded in there
Right.
somewhere that
Right.
this is what it looks like. And I'm not even mad about it. But the fact that the vice president of Adobe reached out to me and asked me what my prompt was so that they could see it. And I said, just tell me the prompt that I need to put in order to see someone who looks like me. And no response. I mean, I'm sure he didn't want to say, old black lady with bad attitude. Like he didn't want He didn't want to give me the prompt to get real specific.
What you need to say is, I'm a super angry white woman that wants to murder people on a daily basis because of menopause,
Right.
and I'm angry.
Right.
Yeah.
Who loves tacos in
I
Korea?
like tacos. Yeah.
I love
Not
tacos.
potlucks though. Okay. Would you rather have your DEI metrics go viral on LinkedIn for the right reasons, or get featured in a top inclusive workplaces list that actually means something?
I'd rather it go viral on LinkedIn because that's where all my people are, for one.
Yeah.
And the other reason is because by the time, I'm sorry that I'm dinging, by the time they do those freaking things, the whole company's changed. By the time they actually put out those reports,
Yeah.
I get really nervous. I hate those. And then you go and you find out it's really a toxic environment, and they were all threatened to fill out these surveys and get on the list.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and I think it's also, and I'm going to say something that might be considered controversial. I hope John Baldino is not listening, because I don't want to hurt his feelings, because I know he likes a good list. But at the end of the day, no one's going, let me go look at the list of these things. But they are going to search on LinkedIn and go, what metrics, or, who's known for diversity, equity, inclusion. They're not going to go, let me see if there's a list of the top inclusive. Like, I just don't think there's as much bang for your buck in a list. And I know John likes a list, so this is not a ding against him. He's a big fan of being on lists because he's an influencer, folks. John Baldino, influencer extraordinaire. See, this is what's happening, Jackye. I'm going to talk shit about John, since you guys talk shit about me on But For.
Well,
I know. You were just about to be like, no, we don't. Yeah, you do.
I corrected. I corrected.
Okay.
Okay. Here's the question. Would you rather have unlimited budget for inclusive team swag, or unlimited budget for accessibility in your home office? Not home office, headquarters office.
Say the first one again. What's the first option?
Inclusive team swag, like unlimited budget so that you can get everybody inclusive team swag.
Yeah, because I could buy office equipment disguised as swag.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I could say, oh, here's a ramp with the company logo on it so that you're able to get into your office. Or I know that was kind of a very generic example, but like,
right,
you can brand just about anything at this point. So it's all swag at the end of the day.
It is all swag.
Okay. Would you rather fix the talent pipeline permanently, or eliminate microaggressions from the workplace forever?
Oh, I'd have to eliminate microaggressions forever.
Okay.
Because first of all, my pipeline is always perfect. And second of all, not true. No, because those microaggressions is part of the reason that you work really hard and you get the pipeline. The microaggressions are there. You screwed up your pipeline,
right?
Because they go straight to like Glassdoor and they'd be like, oh, they made us do Teams instead of Zoom or something, and they're not inclusive. Like, those are the things that happen in real world examples.
Okay. Do you have another one for me, or you want me to go?
Yes, I do have another one.
All right, go.
I don't know if this is a good one. Would you rather be called in privately when you've missed the mark, or be called out publicly so others can learn too?
Depends on what it is. Like, if it's something that I've done, like that's like a personal type, meaning like, oh, hey, you spoke in this meeting and it wasn't great, and here's why, then I'd probably want that private. If it was, hey, these metrics have been missed, then I would say that's fine to do publicly. For me personally, I would, for any leader that I'm speaking to, I would say, no, that would need to be done privately, period. That's not a learning lesson.
Right. Right.
I want
I
people
think
to be.
I would do it in public. I just, as someone who has like been on reality television and have your like, biggest fear be in front of millions of people, helps people, but
Right.
also to show the example. And also, I don't really, if I did it, it would be a genuine mistake. And I think it's important, especially for, I don't know if anybody knows this, but people find me and Katee really intimidating and scary. I think they need to see that we can accept, that kind of criticism and gracefully. And then I would kick their ass when nobody was watching. I would beat them up privately, but I would accept the criticism or, critique.
That's fair. That's a fair point. Like I would take the feedback, which would just fuel me to do better, but it would probably create some hard feelings for that.
Yeah,
Like,
and then I would say, don't ever do
right.
that again.
Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. All right, this is a good one. Would you rather have your company win a DEI award that they didn't apply for, or get your DEI budget doubled, but have to explain what DEI means to the CFO every month?
Oh, I would take the first one. All day.
Oh, I
I
love
mean,
it.
if it was the CEO, I'd be okay with that. But the CFO, no.
Yeah, but I'm literally thinking about every CFO I've ever worked with, and I'm like, that would just be it actually would be very applicable to most of them. They'd be like, wait, what is this again? Why are we doing this?
Right.
What's happening?
Even the ones I like, I hate.
Oh, no, I love all of my CFOs. I've loved all of my
Right.
CFOs, but they're always just funny because it literally is, this seems fluffy. This seems very fluffy, Katee. What's happening? So,
Right. I
yeah.
don't like that.
Okay. Job descriptions, real quick.
Oh, Lord.
Would you rather never hear the phrase culture fit again or magically remove we're like a family from all job descriptions?
I'd magically remove her like a family.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, some people don't want it to be like their families. They don't have a good example of a family.
No.
I mean, as soon as you tell them you're a family, they're going to steal $5 from your purse. Like you don't know what kind of environment all these people come from.
Right.
But the other part of it is I'm on a new kick just to be difficult. Like, I think what people don't, we are in a culture of wanting information really fast. And we take, we need a culture ad, but there is a fit that has to be there. Like, you still, like, this is the United Way. Like, you still want to give and care. And that's a culture that we expect you to be a part of. And in addition to the culture. So that's what I feel.
Okay. What you got?
So, Katie Sue, would you rather see diversity progress measured in only numbers or only in lived experience feedback?
Numbers all day.
Yeah.
Because I think that's much more concrete than not like, here's the thing. I love to hear the stories of when something does actually work.
Yes. Yeah,
However, the numbers are like, it's the whole, measure what matters concept. Like if you're not looking at the numbers, then is it even really something you're focused on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair.
Would you rather be able to instantly translate HR speak into plain language or have a superpower where you can detect bias in AI hiring tools?
I do want to detect bias in AI
Yeah.
hiring tools.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I
That's
can translate HR speak into plain language most of the time,
most of the time.
but yeah, I want to know what bias is in the tool. I think everyone on the planet wants that superpower right now. I want a superpower where I can detect bias in AI period. I don't even have to say AI hiring tools, all AI.
All AI. And I use so much of it. Like,
yeah.
At this point, because you're not going to catch it when you're looking for a recipe. You don't think you're going to catch it when you're looking for a recipe for ramen, right? But then I look at it and then I'm like, wait a minute. I don't think the people like who originated ramen would appreciate the low sodium, like chicken broth
Right.
as the base for my ramen. And I think there's a bias like, oh yes, just
Throw it
you
in
know.
there. It'll be fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
like not a problem. As we like to do in America, we like to like, oh,
Or
that's a
put the
taco.
noodles.
No.
Have you ever had one of those, like a salad that people chop up the ramen noodles, like from those square,
Yes.
and put it in a salad? I'm always like perplexed by this. I'm like, I don't understand it, but okay, whatevs.
Right.
Okay. Would you rather be allowed to shut down all meetings that should have been emails? Okay. Or have a 4-day work week and a functioning DEI strategy?
Say that again. What was the first part?
First one is be allowed to shut down all meetings that should have been emails. Second part, or have a 4-day work week and a functioning DEI strategy.
You know what? This is amazingly hard.
No, it's not.
For me, it's really hard. I mean, I want a functioning DEI strategy.
Yeah.
But
And a
now I'm
4-day
thinking
work week.
that means I'm in worthless meetings all week. I'll go with the second one. Because then when because on Fridays I can drink and talk about the other stupid days.
Like I want a 4-day work, I want a 3-day weekend, and I want a functioning DEI strategy that actually is going to make impact.
I like that. All right, question for you.
Here you go.
Would you rather be the only person of your identity in a room full of power, or one of many in a room with no influence?
The first one.
Yeah.
Always.
I mean, I call that Tuesday.
Right. Well, I was going to say that's kind of, I'm the only female really on our senior leader, on our, C-suite. And so that's fun. I just call them my boys. It works out well. They're my boys.
I'm gonna call HR.
Oh, they are. They are. They're great guys, and I love it. But it is like I am the only female. There is another female that's like our chief of staff, but of the true, C-suite, it's me. And so it does feel a little bit like a boys club sometime, and that is hard. But then, individually with each of them, I have, I think, a fairly good relationship. And so, it works out in the end, but yeah. Okay. Would you rather have your ERG Summit be headlined by Lizzo, or get your team an actual budget and internal comms support for every ERG initiative?
Oh, the second one.
Okay.
I think I would rather have that, because I mean, that's the hardest part is communicating on what we're doing, why we're doing, how we're doing, in a way, because you can really screw that up.
Right.
I just hate it when you do work. Some of these things, like the examples, like can undo everything that you did. Like Lizzo's great, but if we don't have comms, no one's going to even know Lizzo was there anyway.
Well,
Or they'll be like, why was Lizzo there?
Yeah. And I think it's also any person, like, and I think that we've seen this over the years with people that have come to different conferences that we've been at. Sometimes people stumble because they're humans and they make mistakes. And I feel like every time you think, oh, this is the person that we all should be listening to or focused on or whatever, they stumble or they make a mistake. And some of them are not good at all. But then it's also like, I just feel like people are infallible. And so I don't want to be like, oh, let's hang all of this on this person. But I am ask you a follow-up that's also star-studded.
Okay.
Would you rather have Beyoncé as your surprise DEI keynote speaker, or have your entire executive team attend a DEI training and stay for the whole thing?
No, fuck them.
Okay.
I'm team Bay.
You want Queen Bee. Queen Bee's coming. Don't worry. Everything's
That's
gonna,
right. Yeah. Because I feel like, I mean, the whole world is going to be better.
Yeah, it would be. Okay. What's yours? What's your next one?
Would you rather invest in leadership coaching for all managers, or in mentoring programs for underrepresented employees?
Say it again, please.
Would you rather invest in leadership coaching for all managers or in mentoring programs for underrepresented employees?
Leaders,
Same.
because leaders can be mentors if
That's right.
know what they're doing. So you could.
And again, because they can undo all of that stuff. I just
100%.
feel like, and we've seen it. And it just we don't even talk about it. It's a global endemic, like throughout all businesses, poor management and leadership, because we don't have good examples, and the only ones that we have are not relative to our environments. It's sad. We don't have succession planning, we don't have internal training, we don't have upskilling. This is across the board. You don't see these things as much anymore, and we're all suffering because of it. You know.
Yeah.
Obvi, and then people don't know what to do, so then they think they hire like a good leader. They elect someone who they think is a good leader who's actually a complete misfit
And isn't good at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather get authentic feedback from your team, even when it's hard to hear, or never receive negative feedback again, but always wonder what people really think?
Oh no.
Right?
What was the first part? I'm gonna make sure I get it right.
Get authentic feedback, get authentic feedback from your team, even when it's hard to hear.
Yeah, I'll do that one.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
heard already. I haven't even heard it, and I'm already.
I know it's already making me sad, and I haven't even.
I don't even have a team.
No. What else you
Well,
got?
I mean, I do. Like, you're part of my team. I have other team, and as you know, sometimes I have to say I'm not in a mentally good space to receive negative feedback. So you're gonna have to wait till tomorrow.
Well, and I also think like if you have good people around you, I would consider myself a good person around you. Like I'm gonna try. I'm gonna put myself into that.
Yeah.
I think there is like I know when to push you and when not to push you.
Yeah.
Even if you aren't, even if you don't say the words, which you have said the words to me before, like I am not in a space to take on
Yeah.
anything negative. But you also like when I do have to come to you and say, hey, this is going on, what do we do? Kind of thing. Yeah.
And same, like I usually just explode in those moments, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. But like I think that's the thing is that's why it's good to have people that know you to be able to know like how far can they push you or when do you need a
Yes.
minute. So
And I think that's what's interesting is that think about the people that you're closest with have seen you in those moments, and so they
Right.
know all of those things. And I try to explain that, because of my pockets. We all have different circles of friends. Like we have work friends, and even
Right.
though we don't work directly, it's still like a work relationship that is grown into more of a personal relationship. And then you have some other people, industry, and local and within your community. And it's interesting that you can't always feel like yourself in every moment. And so it's nice to have someone where you can be fully yourself and the worlds can collide and it's going to be fine.
Right. All right.
So here's a question.
Okay.
Would you rather have someone over explain your own culture to you or have them avoid the topic entirely out of discomfort?
So this one, I don't know, like other than like mansplaining, I don't know that I have like I can't. I mean, do people try to explain white people all the time? Yeah.
I don't know. I do.
I
I'm
don't.
trying to figure it out. I don't
Right.
understand.
But like I guess like my point is like that doesn't.
I think it would be mansplaining.
Yeah. Like so that would be the like closest similar thing, I think. And what is the second option? Do I want someone to mansplain me or what is my second option?
Or have them avoid the topic entirely out of discomfort.
I mean, if it's a man trying to explain something to me, I want him to just be quiet. So yeah, I don't know. But then,
Yeah, it's fine.
but if it is like if I'm like if it's more someone trying to explain in front of me someone else's race or something like that without having the lived experience, then I do kind of go, it's yucky to
Like,
me.
what are you even talking about?
Yeah,
Right.
that's yucky, I think.
I
What do
do
you
think it's funny being, being in my interesting situation. Just, I say interesting because my husband's white. I have a lot of different friends, but then I have like a core group of friends.
Wait, your husband's white?
The whitest. And I always tell people the whitest. And then I'm like, no, just wait and meet him. So the other day at the first time Todd went to my hairdresser, Todd is my husband, who I also refer to as my executive producer. As soon as he walked in, someone said, "Oh, are you here with DoorDash?" Because he also had like Sonic in his hand too. So they were like, "Oh," and it was like, "No, I'm her husband, and I brought her some food because."
She's been sitting there for 14
So
hours.
then the second time everyone's talking and then they feel really bad because they'll be like, eventually or something, if people are talking openly about like make a reference to white people and I'm like, oh, my husband's white or whatever, and they feel really weird. I'm like, no, he's a white guy. I understand, he's a white guy. When you meet him, you'll know what I'm talking about. They're like, well, what do you mean? And then they meet my husband, they're like, oh yeah, he's a white guy. And Todd said, what do you mean? I was like, white nationalist passing. Like there's no like no one would look at you and think, I bet you that you are progressive, liberal, probably open and inclusive, like, and what's happened,
madly in love with a black woman.
Right. Yeah. Right. And the funny thing, and the reason I know that is because we'll be together and the assumption is that we're not together and people will talk to him in a way that I'm like, I cannot believe that they're having this conversation right in front of me, until I realize, oh, they have no idea.
They don't realize I'm here. Yeah.
I'm completely invisible to them. And it happens to Todd even, which is funny, in certain situations where like people will come up, now we're members of the chamber, different things like that. People will come up and start having conversations and he'll be like, oh, you're coming over here because I'm the other white guy in the room.
Yeah.
But we're different.
Yeah.
Like you didn't know this.
But very different. Yes.
Yeah. So interesting. So I think that, but I still don't want to explain the culture. I try to like be quiet, but I do think it's interesting to have perspectives of like what is the stereotype? What are you hearing? What are people saying that you might not be privy to because you're not necessarily in that room, especially the hairdresser. Like that's a whole sacred place.
Yeah.
Like you're not allowed to hang out in the hairdresser.
You're not supposed to be here, sir. Yeah.
No. Right. No. Sir.
All right. Last one for me. Would you rather be led by someone who owns their privilege and keeps learning, or someone who doesn't see color but means well?
Oh, the first one.
Okay. So yeah, owns their privilege, keeps learning.
Yeah, because the person who doesn't see color, like you can't see me. You need to see all of me. And you might have, and I'm a lot. So I want to make sure that you hired me with eyes wide open.
No excuses. You're getting all of this.
Yeah. And you need to take the time because I am a lot.
I love it. All right.
You answered the question. You didn't answer it. You can answer it.
Well, that one for me, it's the first one. Yes. It's I want someone who keeps learning about their privilege and keeps learning about everything, period. Like all of us should be lifelong learners about these topics and should be going, what's next? What else can we do? All of that. So for me, it's everyone should keep learning. So
yeah, everyone should keep learning.
All right, Miss Jackye. So this was kind of a not our normal setup, but I just want to have a little fun on this Friday afternoon. anything else we want to talk about before we shut it down, Bobby Brown?
I just want everyone to know that like it is okay to have fun days. We know that there's a lot. Make sure that you have your person, that you can have those days, because it's there's a lot going on, but there are things to consider. Maybe if you play this little game with your friends, you can learn something new, and maybe your environment isn't as bad as you think it is. if you do.
Absolutely. Yeah. And to be clear, like I think you know this already, but I'll say it out loud to the audience. I just did a chat GPT. Here's, it's Jackye and Katee talking about stuff. Give us some prompts for would you rather to have a fun little game. And that's what it came up with, is all these different things. And I think so, yeah, you could do this at home with your friends. You could, and I think it would be interesting. Like I'm having some friends over tomorrow for a little pool day, and I'm thinking some of these I honestly want to ask just to get their take on it, to see, because I don't think that, I mean, some of them, yes, there's wrong answers. For example, the potluck, wrong answer every time.
Absolutely. Right.
But, maybe there's something that we can learn from each other about that, or from their lived experiences.
Like, do it instead of talking about, don't ask about the weather when you have your friends over. Don't talk about the weather. Don't talk about Epstein. Don't talk about Cheeto. Like, just have a moment where you can just sit back and have fun.
Yeah. We have to have a little fun in all of this complete and total insanity. All right, folks. Thank you for listening. This is Katee Van Horn.
And this is Jackye Clayton. Bye.